There is a handful of things you should never do in Southwest Florida. Some things that just make sense, and some things you may not believe shouldn't be done. Let's talk about vehicles, cars. They're pretty much the backbone of this game, and pretty much everyone's main goal is to get the best one. But let's say that you bought a vehicle, and it turns out to be something that you actually don't like. For example, it's slow. It's a slow vehicle. You then sell that car. But then you look for another one. For example, the 718 Cayman GT4. You know, you drive it for a little bit, but it turns out you don't like that one as well. You saw that one and then you buy another one. But you're gonna notice something. Your money is going down exponentially. Your money is draining quick. As a beginner, this is something you should never do. Buying and selling vehicles. Buying and selling cars is the easiest way to go poor inside this game. Really, any car game that has a buy and sell system. This is a huge mistake that I have even made in the past myself. This is why I always recommend actually choosing your vehicle that you want to stick with while you are on the journey to making big money. Now, while it can take time, making money in this game is actually pretty easy if you think about it. Literally just sit at a job or you have an AFK or setup, or just go on the police team and just drive whatever car you like and still get paid the good money. Making money in this game is so simple to the fact that I would even recommend buying money. Not even in the slightest. I mean, if you have the Robux, I guess go for it. But 1 million in this game is worth 2,610 Robux. 100k is worth nearly 300. Literally, why buy 10,000 when you can literally make that in 1 minute? Why buy 1 million if you can literally make that in 1 hour and 40 minutes? Just under 2 hours. In fact, you could literally make $10 million per day. I went over that in this video right here. Do not buy money unless you can actually afford it. And if you really don't feel like spending a lot of time waking up at a job. This game is a roleplay game, and some things that are linked with it are known as roleplay servers, which actually have sanctioned roleplays. And the whole point of these roleplays is to ensure a realistic experience. You know, for example, stopping at red lights, as I'm doing right now, actually making use out of the turning signals, as you can see, things of that nature. And a common mistake I see players making is something called fail roleplaying. Fail roleplaying all has to do with, for example, recklessly driving, going at very high speeds, intentionally crashing, just all of the above when it comes to just being a failed roleplayer. Not abiding by the roleplay rules, just simply being unrealistic. And this doesn't just have to do with cars, you know, simply not roleplaying things out that should be roleplayed. I don't really roleplay that much, but I'm sure that you should be roleplaying out the aspect of getting food, being at traffic stops, talking to police officers. You get the point. But roleplaying is something you should not do. Otherwise, you'll be banned from the roleplay server and sometimes banned from even more. What is a limited time vehicle? Just like any car, it can be bought in a dealership. However, there's a twist to it. The limited in the name comes from the fact that it's on sale for a certain period of time. Sometimes it can be a week, sometimes it'll even be just only 24 hours. And I think you get what I'm trying to say. These things don't come back. And a stupid mistake I see players making, even myself, is selling these vehicles. Fortunately, I do have this vehicle still, but I sold a bunch of hypercars in the past. So much to the point I only have one now. And the thing is, some of these limited time hypercars are no longer in the game. Even if you sell them, they're not coming back anyway, but you get the point. These things do not come back. Making the most money possible is all of our goals. Everyone wants money. But the thing is, when it comes to these jobs, if you just let your computer sit and just have it do nothing, after about, I'd say 5 minutes or so, this job payment UI is gonna go away, resulting in you not being able to make money. And let's be real, we don't want that. Now, in this video, once again, not only did I show you guys how to make $10 million per day, I showed you guys the process. It's something called AFK grinding. Check out the video where I showcase how to actually do it on Mac OS and Windows. But yeah, if you want to make the most money, you have to AFK correctly. And then there is something we like to call exploiting. It's the process of enhancing your game, making yourself go faster, no clipping, going through walls and stuff, just being weird. You should not do this at all. At the end of the day, you're going to get reported, resulting in you getting banned from the game permanently. I just wouldn't do it. Just enjoy the game, man. There is a mistake when it comes to houses, and this does cost some money. If you no longer want to own this house specifically at this spot, what you shouldn't do is sell it. What you should be doing is unclaiming it. Unclaiming the house actually results in no effect on your money. You can always just claim it back or unclaim it again and actually choose a different spot. For example, right over here. I missed it. Right here. And see, now I can just claim it. And the mistake players have made is making the mistake of actually selling it instead of unclaiming it. I'm just gonna sell it, for example. As you can see, I do get some good money back, the 6 million, but look how much money the house actually is worth. 8.4 million. So how much was that? I lost about 1.7 $1 million, almost $2 million. You shouldn't do this. It's just like buying and selling cars. You gotta be decisive with this. If you truly want to own this home, I recommend buying it and actually unclaim lots instead of selling it. But if you truly, really don't care about owning the house anymore, that is when you can actually sell the home. Unless you're in a roleplay session where things should be realistic, you should not be enabling vehicle collisions. It may seem like a simple thing, but trust me, you don't realize how annoying it is to, for example, be drifting, then out of nowhere someone just hitting you while you're drifting. You're like doing the perfect one, but then it just gets interrupted. Or for example, you're like stationary at a red light, it's on the screen, but you get the point, and then someone just rams you. Or for example, you're the one driving, but then you see a car that's stationary and you hit that person, and then you going forward gets interrupted. That can be pretty annoying. Something you should never do is actually enabling collisions, unless you're once again in a roleplay session. Then it makes sense to have it, because crashes actually occur. But if you want to ensure a not annoying public server experience, let's just go ahead and keep this off. Now this one is tailored to roleplay sessions, but something you shouldn't do is something called stream sniping, or just simply following YouTubers. In public servers, I guess it's okay, but like as a YouTuber, being followed by so many people can be pretty irritating, I won't lie, and just overwhelming. And that's especially if you're in a roleplay server. The whole point is to keep things realistic, and following is just simply not the way to go. Plus, it can get pretty annoying for the YouTuber, so it's recommended that you don't do it. And last but not least, this one is probably the weirdest one. The fact that I even need to say this is so sad to me. Something called ERP. Good God. If you want to know what ERP is, for the sake of this video being up and staying up, I'm not going to define it. Just search it up on Google. If you do this, you're actually going to get banned from the game and possibly from Roblox as a whole. Thanks for watching. Check out this video next, where we're going over another never do this kind of thing video. It's specifically for cars. Cars you just shouldn't buy inside the game. I will see you guys there.